What do you think? Should we just jump back in like we haven't mysteriously disappeared for 2 months?
Yeah.
I don't remember what to say.
Sorry, please. Keep
Soccer situation.
Watch out for twigs. All right. All right. Welcome to episode 6 of Soccer Situations. I am Todd.
I'm Alex.
All right. And there's so much to talk about. Where to begin, Alex? Do you want to start with the Arsenal?
We can talk about the Arsenal right off the bat. Yeah, I mean, it's what a season it's been so far. I can't say I saw it coming at all. I knew we would be improved this season, but holy shit.
We're officially a third of the way in, a little bit over. And you're top of the league by 2 points clear of City.
Yeah. I don't like the constant reminder that every broadcast gives that's like every team that's had this many points after this many games has gone on to win the title except one. I'm like, cool, yeah, keep bringing that up. Keep bringing that up. That's
Newcastle.
make me feel better.
Newcastle, and the year in which Keegan was like famously thirsty for it.
Yeah, they blew it.
Yeah, that's tough. None of those teams had an opponent like you have in Manchester City.
Yeah, I mean, no one. Yeah, it's unprecedented, like what City has become.
Yeah, weeks and weeks ago, you were already. I mean, I feel like a month ago already, you were like, "It sucks. I can't even enjoy this good run we're on because you just know City's right there and they're just gonna take it."
Even when they play bad, they fucking get a cheap penalty and get a win out of it. It's like, we can't. They have to get a cheap penalty too. They can't have the biggest, most expensive, fancy squad of all. They also get soft penalties their way.
Yeah, referring to City was at Fulham this week and got to call it soft, I guess is unfair. There was contact, but it was a dive also. There was contact, and then De Bruyne just threw himself to the ground about 2 seconds after the contact, and in like about the 94th minute, Erling Haaland tucked home a winner for City.
Leno almost saved it.
Should have saved it. Kind of with his hands. Yeah. Tough one.
Unfortunately.
But we're supposed to be talking Arsenal here.
Oh, yeah.
You had a pretty decent match this week. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's the Chelsea match. I mean, it was a 1-0, but that was the most convinced I've been all year that we might actually be in this title race. Like I know Chelsea are kind of a mess right now.
I think a mess is strong. Yeah, they're not at the peak of their powers right now.
Yeah, but it seemed like when Graham Potter went there, things were going okay at the start. They looked decent. They have so much talent. The squad's crazy.
New manager bump.
Yeah, and then, but Arsenal confidently controlled that game. Not clinical enough, should have scored more goals, but there wasn't really any point. There was, anytime there's a corner and those kind of matches that gets, will get stressed, but there wasn't really a point where I was like, okay, we're going to blow this, where Chelsea just had us hemmed in and we're going to just keep taking shots till the end of the game. They never got that. We kept pressing from the front and kept control of the game. The midfield was ours. It was quite the performance.
Yeah, I got to say that's what I saw too. You often come in with a delusional rose-tinted look at these Arsenal performances.
That's true.
No, as we all do. But no, I saw the same thing. Super solid performance. I don't know what else to say that you didn't just say.
Yeah, I mean that like I was saying, but I do usually get pretty hyped on performances, but like that was the first one that really hit where I was like, okay, I haven't seen us do this to a big club on their pitch in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, especially a London derby, no less.
Yeah, exactly, against Chelsea of all people. It's fun. It's fun to bully them on their own pitch.
This has been a rare weekend in that we both have positive fixture news to talk about.
It's true. Yes. Big weekend for results.
We also had a trip to London. Went to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham won, Liverpool 2. Liverpool's first away win of the season.
That was crazy hearing that.
Now, it wasn't crazy for me.
Well, yeah.
Believe me.
Experiencing it all season.
Could not be more aware of it. Could not be more aware of that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like pod conspiracy theorists right now are just like, that's why these guys are bringing back the pod this week. They both won.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's probably true.
Positive energy's back.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a ton to say about this game. It went like really largely according to script, considering the injuries Tottenham had.
Yeah.
And Liverpool's form, in which we beat top of the table teams. We only lose to relegation teams. We've literally lost our previous 2 fixtures to the previous bottom 2 teams in the table. Yeah. And prior to those 2 matches, beat Manchester City. Liverpool's all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Were you going to say something?
I say you're doing everyone else at the top of the table some favors right now.
Yeah, it's true. We're just bodying people for Arsenal. I hope we get some kind of shout out if y'all.
Yeah, seriously. Take City down twice this season. I really do us a huge favor.
Yeah. I saw one of those Sonos every angle. Does Arsenal get those videos, or is that just the Liverpool thing because we're sponsored by Sonos? Where it plays the replay of a goal from every angle in a stadium.
I don't think I've seen us do similar stuff, but I don't think we have that exact thing.
Yeah, Liverpool does this after every match for one highlight, it seems like. And it ends up being a 6-minute YouTube video because there's so many cameras. And it's awesome because you just get the same looped audio because it's always the same snippet of crowd sounds. So you get the same looped audio and essentially the same sounds, but from different microphones. And just watch the same goal over and over again for literally 5 minutes. And I watched the one of those for Salah's first goal in this. And it was actually a really, really great team goal. In the moment, I was so tense that I didn't really notice that, the build-up, how smooth it was.
Yeah.
It played all the way out from the keeper out through right back, of course, across, then down through the left and back across to Mo. And it was awesome. Yeah.
That's good build-up.
Super nice goal. For me, the highlight of the match, though, was the second goal. Not even the goal itself, although it was a hilarious Tottenham own goal, which is always a welcome thing, and a lovely little lofted finish, which I always like. But Klopp's celebration was just instantly legendary, dude. Where he's you see him get real tense with the lob, and then he does
those little swings,
dude. The fucking tension, the agony, and the ecstasy during that celebration, dude. He's like a little kid. He's like a toddler in that moment.
That was fantastic.
So that was the standout highlight of the game for me, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Other Liverpool news while we're on the subject. Champions League draw happened this week, and Liverpool drew Real Madrid in the round of 16. I think BBC's headline was the worst draw we could have possibly had. I'm super stoked on it. I don't know.
I think it's going to be great.
It's going to be
a great tie.
Super fun fixture. We've played them in 2 finals in the last 5 years, and we've kind of gotten fucked. We got fucked in the first one. I think they were the better team in the second one. But either way, I want to play them in a 2-legged tie. I think it's going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a super interesting tie. I think a lot of people are right because of Liverpool's league form are writing you off.
Yeah,
immediately they think you're going to get absolutely rolled over, but I don't see that happening.
Luckily, it's not until February, so we can get some players back. Hopefully, get the midfield sorted.
Maybe get signing in, maybe.
I'd settle for having Diaz and Jota back, but a midfielder sure would be nice too.
Yeah, you could use some support in that midfield.
Yeah. We're trying every formation we can to squeeze some kind of efficiency out of what we got.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I liked we played this kind of, I guess it was a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2 still against Tottenham.
It's working.
Yeah, there's signs of a partnership between Mo and Darwin, which could be fun.
That'd be a fun little partnership. The big guy, little guy.
Oh,
dynamic.
I was just gonna say, there's no more classic partnership than big and little.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
Bring back the 4-4-2 big and little combo.
Yeah,
that's classic.
Just ping balls upfield right onto Darwin's head, and he can just flick it off his head to Mo running through.
If that really happened,
front to back.
Yeah, I'd be like, it's it. Like football tactics rotate at the exact same pace fashion does.
Yeah,
it's all circular.
It's back.
Yeah. Funny stuff. What other games should we talk about? Manchester United, maybe?
yeah. I was gonna say we can't not talk about United. Unai Emery's return, masterclass.
It was kind of a masterclass.
They dominated that game. They controlled that game.
Yeah. Yeah, talk about a new manager bump. Like Unai could not have had that much of an impact already. They hate Stevie that much.
I know. I don't really know. I didn't pay close attention to everything going on there, but I saw so many like memes and posts about how much the players hated Stevie.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened.
Interesting.
I just assumed everybody loved Stevie.
Oh, I mean, that's never been true. Even at the height of his career, people love to shit on him. And he's probably a little bit of a strong personality. I don't know. He's Scouse.
He's got that Thierry energy where he's just like shitting on players all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thierry had the same he faced the same allegations in management. Yeah. I don't know. Stevie, he had his success up at Rangers. Premier League's not the same thing. I have no idea. He
also went to like a pretty good club too. Like the expectations weren't going to be light.
Yeah.
So, maybe he'll probably drop down to a championship and find his level and learn.
Yeah. It's funny. I hadn't read any of that gossip because overall, like I'm really like not that emotionally invested in that story. Not as much as I thought I would be.
Yeah. Fair.
You just have to be real. Like I'm not a little kid anymore that like worships him like a superhero.
Yeah.
Like making it in management is like almost impossible no matter who you are. So it's tough. So I half expected it to go this way, maybe more than half expected it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if he can stick around or stick with it or if he gives it up.
Yeah, I mean, he's a super competitive dude. I really doubt he'll give up. We'll see what he does next. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the charisma to move to like punditry like Carragher does.
Yeah, Carragher has something about him that people just see as pure entertainment.
Yeah, he's the best. This episode of Soccer Situations is brought to you by Littlefoot Coffee. I mean, what can I say about Littlefoot Coffee? They're not just friends of the pod, they're family of the pod, quite literally. Alex started Littlefoot years ago after more than a decade of roasting experience, roasting coffee for some of the hottest, most fashionable, and most importantly, tasty specialty coffee roasters in America. My favorite thing about it is that it's just really high-grade coffee without a drop of pretense. You're not going to find a bunch of weird, savory notes that the roaster is passing off as intentional. It's just really sweet, comforting flavors that everybody wants in their coffee. And now, for a limited time only, you can get 15% off at littlefootcoffee.com. Promo code SITUATIONS. Once again, you can get 15% off at littlefootcoffee.com using the promo code SITUATIONS. Speaking of which, sorry to just make this the Liverpool podcast. Virgil van Dijk gave a really cool interview to Gary Neville's The Overlap. But there's like a half an hour interview with Virg this week, and tons of really, really good stuff in there. Virgil's like one of the coolest dudes ever, of course. Yeah. Two things. He like very seriously says, he's like, Neville asks him if Kara would get in the team, and Virgil's like, in the 11 or the 20? and Neville's just laughing, and Virgil's just like, he wouldn't even get in the 20, he'd be in the stands. And Neville's like, you mean that, don't you? And Virgil's just like, yeah, he'd be in the stands. Funny. Another excerpt I think
amazing.
you would find interesting. They asked him if there's any particular striker that he ever that he finds the most difficult to deal with in his career.
Yeah.
Any guesses as to what he says?
Is it Arsenal related?
It is.
Is it Ollie?
Yeah, Olivier Giroud.
Is it really?
Yeah, he shouts out Giroud, dude, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
He's like, Giroud's just one of those guys, man. He's like, no matter where he's at, he's like, you think you'll have him in pocket. He's like, you think you got him all game, and they'll just find a way to score. He'll just score out of nothing.
He really did a lot.
Yeah,
that was his whole game.
He was like, I remember this, like the 5-2 at Arsenal. We were up 3-0, had the game. We had the game so in hand, and somehow like he just like scored. And I looked at him and I was like, did you score again? And it's so funny in the video. Virgil's like, you can tell how competitive he is, dude. He's so competitive. He's like, man, it's annoying. He's like fucking mad.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I love a shout out to
Olivier for Ali because that dude was an underrated striker.
He's so good, dude. He's so good. And I mean,
so mad watching him sit on the bench at Chelsea, just getting wasted.
Who better to compliment you? Who better to say it than Virgil van Dijk? You know?
Yeah, like the best center back in the league in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah. All right, I've been rambling about Liverpool stuff for a solid 15 minutes.
I don't think I realized that the Europa League has like a playoff into the next round.
Yeah. Are they doing that from the people that drop down?
So like basically
Champions League drop downs have to play off before they drop in?
Yeah, exactly. So basically the second place teams in the group have to play one of the Champions League teams for a right to stay in the competition.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting. I had no idea they did it this way. How did I not know that?
I feel like this is the first year they did that. Don't hold me to it. I'm not a fucking Europa League historian, but I've never heard of this happening. And I have watched Liverpool in the Europa League for a handful of years.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember this happening at all. I just assumed we went right from this into like a two-legged ties, like Champions League style.
Yeah. I think this is new. We'll do research and talk about it later.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, if we could, like, the Europa League draw is this, like, playoff draw is super interesting, though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Man United, Barcelona.
Man United, Barcelona is going to be so good.
Yeah. I think Barca are going to thrash them, to be honest. TBH.
Yeah, they should.
Here's my question. Does the loser drop down into the Conference League?
I don't know. That's a good question.
God, UEFA, they're so fucked up. There's so many competitions.
Why did they bring the Conference League into this? It's got to be. It's so annoying.
Please tell me that the loser drops into the Conference League.
Oh, I hope United get knocked into the Conference League. That'd be so great.
I'm annoyed because I'm reading the story about this fixture on BBC, and there's no mention of that.
Yeah. I wonder if this is, though, if it is a change, is related to the Conference League getting added.
Could be.
So maybe this is to play into the Conference League.
Oh, like that. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like whoever loses these ties goes down.
Like that's the whole concept of these playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Which is
the other one stays in the Europa League.
Remind me to edit this conversation because I'm so fucking high right now. I'm like, now that you say that, I think that's very obviously what it is.
No, it's good. We're just working it out. You know, it's fine. Come on, man. This is Europa Conference. They're gonna do this to us.
Conference League, dude. I don't know. Remember when Brendan Rodgers was like, I don't know what that is.
He's so right, though. Like, what the fuck?
It's true. Even Broad said it, dude. Come on.
I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, I mean, Europa League's going to be fun this year. There's a lot of really good teams down there.
Let's just reel them off real quick. Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
I mean, just in this playoff alone, let's see. We have Barcelona and United, Ajax, RB Salzburg and Roma, Juventus and Nantes, PSV and Sevilla, Monaco and Leverkusen, Sporting, Shakhtar Donetsk. These are all like perennial Champions League clubs.
Yeah, dude. Even Union Berlin is in third in the Bundesliga right now, dude.
Yeah.
They're fucking killing it.
It's gonna be.
It's fun. I feel like I've given you this speech in sympathy when you first dropped into Europa League.
Yeah, I was like, a good time in the Europa League.
Man, people shit on it, but it's a good time. Like good teams drop in, and there's always super fun fixtures all the time.
Yeah, Yeah, we've had some good runs in it. We've made a final. We've made some semifinals. Like, it's fun. This season will be really fun because it's going to be a fun test. I don't know who we're going to get out of this, but it'll be fun to find out.
Do you have someone you want out of those big boys?
Out of the big boys? Ooh.
Or do you want like a nice easy path? You just want to go for the trophy?
I don't know. Well, with the way our form in the league is now, I feel like I can be like, I'd like a little bit of a test. If I was like trying desperately to win this competition to get back in the Champions League,
sure,
I would probably want to just easy breeze right to the final.
Sure, it is a congested season though.
It's true. That is true.
You might not mind a first leg 5-0, so you can play the kids on a return leg.
It's true. That's true. It wouldn't be a bad thing.
Got to get strategic.
I would like though to see at some point if Juventus or Barca or any of those guys later in the competition. I think would be fun.
Yeah,
I'd like a semifinal or final against one of those clubs to be awesome.
Yeah, dude. Arsenal Barca Europa League final would be fucking iconic.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Like, that just kind of sums up exactly like what's happened in the last like 10 years in football.
Yeah.
Should we take a peek at the Champions League draw?
Yeah, let's do it.
Some fun stuff in there. PSG gonna get worked by Bayern yet again.
Yeah, let's just run down the list real quick. So we've got RB Leipzig versus Manchester City, Club Brugge versus Benfica. The Minnows hear each other.
Yeah.
Liverpool with Real Madrid. That's kind of the headline tie. AC Milan and Tottenham. Frankfurt and Napoli. Dortmund, Chelsea. Inter and Porto, and PSG v Bayern Munich. I guess you could argue that is also a headline tie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd
say there's three pretty big ones in there with PSG, Bayern, Liverpool, Madrid, and Dortmund, Chelsea.
Yeah, Dortmund, Chelsea was the other one I was going to pick because Chelsea is such an kind of question mark right now.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. I think that like the hippest tie of them all is the Frankfurt Napoli.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's gonna be the hipsters final right there.
Yeah, we came second out of the group, obviously drawing Real Madrid behind Napoli on goal difference because they hit Rangers for 7 and hit Ajax for a few as well. Yeah. We, I think, swapped even score lines with them, lost 2-0 in Naples, and beat them 2-0 at Anfield, if I recall. But I have like insane respect for Napoli. I could see them going all the way and being one of those odd dark horse Champions League winners that comes around every now and then.
Yeah, that team seems scary good.
Yeah.
The way they were just dismantling the rest of your group was... Yeah, they could definitely make a run.
They could. They really could. They're a lot of fun to watch, too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a run from them. It'd be fun to watch.
No, I'm a fan.
Be nice to see somebody new in a final, too.
Yeah, I think it would be entertaining watching them make a deep run. I would not mind it at all.
Do we think is PSG finally going to get it together this season?
I gotta say, I mean, I can't tell you the last time I watched a PSG game. I have heard whispers that Messi is playing extremely well at the moment.
Oh, he's back.
That's what they're saying.
I mean, that's what they're gonna need. They're gonna need a Messi firing to make any kind of run. I mean, they're starting off as bad as they can against Bayern. So
yeah, I don't think they got it, dude.
I don't think they do. I can't see them losing to or beating Bayern in this competition.
No. I think Bayern wins that at a trot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bayern wins that at a trot. Now I'm staring at the fixture like, did I just say something I'm really going to regret? Um, now I'm sticking with that.
I think so. I mean, I guess I haven't paid close attention to Bayern's season either.
Elsewhere, I'm definitely hoping for a romantic AC Milan resurgence against Tottenham.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
I love seeing Milan in there.
Yeah, me too. They always have the best kits.
Yeah, their kits are classic.
Anything else in the Champions League you want to talk about there?
I don't think so.
What else do we have to talk about?
I mean, should we take a moment to talk about the upcoming looming disaster that's about to happen for the next month?
Oh, the midwinter break.
Yep. The new Premier League midwinter break they're trying out this year.
Yeah. I mean, what to say? The World Cup is. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's so fucked for so many reasons.
Yeah.
So many teams are already looking at injury crises, and that's with players allegedly like kind of playing at 80%, knowing that the tournament's coming up. Now these players are going to have to fly to the middle of the fucking desert and play for their countries, which is always a bigger exhaustion. Lord knows what the surface of these pitches is going to look like.
Yeah, who knows? It's all artificial.
We could see like an injury epidemic like we never have imagined before.
Yeah.
All of this without even tapping into all of the political and humanitarian reasons why this shouldn't be going on.
Yeah, and it still baffles me that we're even here. There's so many times along the way that this should have been called off.
So many times.
And up until like even this point, it's like why are we doing this? Why? It's so frustrating.
FIFA officials were convicted of corruption for awarding this tournament.
And this was how many years ago now we got that conviction?
What was that, like a decade ago? I don't know.
So why could we not change the venue? You telling me any other, Central American, South American, North America, any European country, two countries together couldn't have hosted this?
Honestly, it's absolutely insane.
There's so many options. Give it to whoever the runner-up that year was.
Right.
Like, I can't believe it's gotten to this point where this tournament's actually happening. I'm really hoping. I mean, I don't know. It's really frustrating. It's sad because I saw interview with Martinelli today talking about how all he cared about was the World Cup, and his dad told him that 2022, when he's 21 years old, he will be at the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
And it's like you get why these young kids want to be there. Like this is their dream, but it's also like it's so frustrating because it's like it shouldn't be. None of these countries should be going to this.
Right. Did you see the Klopp quotes on it?
No, I didn't. You have some quotes.
He didn't go all in, but here, this is from The Athletic. Asked whether he was looking forward to the World Cup as much as usual, he said, "No. I will watch the games anyway, but it's different. We all know how it happened and how you can still let it happen, and there's no legal thing afterwards leading to real openness." Keep in mind, English is his second language. Mm-hmm. Still, it was hidden, and you think, wow, how can it happen? And that was 12 years ago. Now it's coming. Which is exactly what you just said for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. He's so right, though. And I wish, I'm pretty disappointed in a lot of people not speaking out on this or not, England coming out with their rainbow armband they're going to wear. Like, it's such a futile gesture. It doesn't mean anything. Like, they don't care because all you're doing is representing. It's a rainbow flag to them. It doesn't mean anything to them. They don't respect anything about the gay community.
No, it's the most embarrassing token gesture. Just virtue signaling is the term I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Just embarrassing virtue signaling.
Yeah. It's it's a pretty damning indictment against the game itself, which sucks because it's like obviously we love this sport and all the drama of it, but like this is the wrong drama.
It's an atrocity that this tournament's going on, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yep, and it's a shame for football fans because it's like not. I mean, I think a lot of them sadly will just watch it without even thinking about it. But there's also a lot of people out there like us who are heartbroken because this is like a wasted tournament now.
Yeah, I don't think I know anyone else that plans on boycotting it, or at least that they've seriously mentioned it.
Oh, it's kind of shocking.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I get it. The World Cup's the fucking best.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do. I think we're all kind of mentally exhausted and protesting everything all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I get it. If you want to just watch the World Cup, that's fine. I'm not going to be judgmental, you know?
Yeah. And honestly, it's going to be easy enough for me just to be like, whatever. I'll just forget about it. I'll see the score lines and stuff on BBC while I'm like looking at other stuff, but
yeah, I won't be able to avoid the news.
I'm not gonna. I just am not gonna care. I can't care like I want to.
Same.
Which is a shame. The only thing I'll be checking on every day is the fitness of Arsenal's squad.
Injury news, exactly.
Like who's gonna be coming out of this alive? This is why the second half of the season has nothing to do with our form going into the second half of the season. It's 100% going to be based on who comes out of this World Cup with a better fit squad.
Oh, dude, and this is why City's unstoppable with that depth they have.
They have a full 2 starting 11s.
They can rotate to such an insane degree, dude. It's really wild.
You would have to have the most insane injury crisis ever happen for it to not affect them, or to actually affect them.
Never mind. I was going to say you'd have to hope for some key players. That's pretty dark. I don't want to say that, you know. But if Haaland and De Bruyne go down, like maybe
deep down, I feel that. I would like, I'd rather win the league on merit just against that club, but I also wouldn't mind taking.
But look, it's not like they're playing by the rules as it is. So you're just asking for a swing the other way,
Exactly.
They're playing with a motherfucking Game Genie plugged into the Nintendo, dude.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the quote from someone like was it Paul Merson? Probably because that guy's such an idiot. That quote that they were saying, he was talking about how great Arsenal's been and if only that Arsenal can run their club like City runs theirs, then this will be the way for the future. Yeah,
I saw that. That's one of the most ignorant things I've ever heard.
Like, oh my God. Like, I can't even begin to say how stupid that is as a statement. Like,
that's extremely dumb.
So basically have the Saudi government buy us then and give us endless funds to build the team instead of, one of the historically best run clubs in England that Arsene Wenger literally changed the way things were done in your country.
Yeah.
Building that club. So.
Yes. Shocking statement. Embarrassing stuff.
Absolutely embarrassing.
So bad.
What's up, Bailey?
What's going on in the animal household?
Oh, nothing. Bailey's stinking, being annoying, begging for treats. Twigs was gone for a little while for the weekend because that asshole Roland was here.
Oh, Ian was staying with you?
Yeah, so I just got Twigs back.
Oh, that's cool.
Good to have the cat back in the house.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on over there? What are those old men doing?
Bruce just waking me up in the middle of the night. God, he's such an ass. He's not dealing with the time change very well.
Oh, I was going to say, the time change is probably a nightmare for him.
He's always trying to push breakfast time anyway, but with the time change, it's it's been tough.
Yep, 3 a.m. breakfast time now.
Yeah, 3 a.m. breakfast time, exactly, dude. And it sucks because everyone can hear everything in this building. Like, sound travels to an insane degree. So I can't lock him out of the room because he starts howling. And when he's howling, I know the whole building is hearing that shit. You know how loud he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have
loud.
to let him in, and then he's poking me and jabbing me in the face. It's like,
So you just snap. Do you ever think about getting one of those auto feeders?
Yeah, I've thought about it 100 times and never done it for some reason. I'm an
You should
idiot.
definitely do that.
And now I'm just like, he's old. He'll die soon. But he won't. He won't.
I've made it this long.
Exactly.
No, he's going to be like 30 years old.
Oh, my God. Bruce is never going to die, dude.
He's going to be like 30 years old, that fucking cat.
You can kind of tell, actually, by the way he's shaping up. He's just going to be there forever. Yeah.
Yep. He's just going to be a grumpy old little bitch.
He's gonna get more and more miserable and louder and louder.
Yeah.
What do we need to talk about in the pod?
That's a good question.
Hassan Hootle. Ralph got sacked.
Firing.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That is a shame.
Southampton's a tough gig because every now and then they have one of these like regenerations where they're just gonna be shit for a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it's true. They've been on a pretty good run. I mean, Hassan Hootle's had like a mixed ride there, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's how many 9-0s have they faced?
Yeah, it's funny that he's been hammered, and that's like become his signature, getting hammered 9-0. But I remember them being like a really good-looking, fun team and a difficult team to play at their best.
Oh my God, they were a thorn in our side for ages. They used to kick our asses all the time.
Yeah,
so he was a very confusing manager because he had them play some amazing football at times and then would get smashed 9-0 by somebody.
I guess you could say it's like Roberto Martinez at Everton or any of the other places he managed, Wigan, or, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
He used to pull that stunt.
Exciting, fun, but also
get some big scalps every now and then.
Yeah.
And then just get smashed sometimes.
I know. I know we've already talked a lot of Liverpool, but I'm sure this is a positive thing for you. But how do you feel about for him? Firmino misses out on the World Cup squad.
Yes, that's sad.
Yeah, it's good news.
I love Bobby.
Good news for you, but
I feel like Bobby has a long history of being disrespected in Brazil, so he's probably not too devastated by it. And I also suspect he's kind of lazy in his private life, so he's probably fine.
You think he wants the vacation more?
For a long time, this just recently ended under Klopp, but like Fat Bobby was a thing. He'd always come back from summer vacation visibly fatter.
That's so Brazilian.
Yeah, oh my God, it's funny. Every single season he'd come back with like a double chin and be Fat Bobby.
He's down in Brazil just eating steak every day.
And then of course in preseason training, that 2 weeks later, boom, it's all gone.
Yeah, he's just fit.
Yeah. But Fat Bobby is a thing. It's going to be funny when he retires. You watch, he's going to poof right up.
Yeah, I believe that. Classic Ronaldo style.
Yeah, I love Bobby and I want what's best for Bobby. So I guess I wish he was in the squad, but it's fine.
I think it mostly just annoyed me to see Anthony get picked over him.
Yeah, it looks like he's been playing pretty decently for United. I gotta say. Yeah, so that's fine.
I just don't like his face.
No,
he's the classic Brazilian I don't like.
He looks super annoying. He did that 720 no scope spin, which was fucking hilariously over the top. Did you see that?
Oh my God, dude. I couldn't believe it.
It was really something.
He saw Richarlison's bullshit and was like, I'm gonna take this to the next level.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do a spin in the middle of the pitch for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Just full spin.
He had to pick his opponent to do that against because some people would fuck him up for doing that.
Oh, man, would have been so fun to see somebody fucking 2-foot him after that. Just come flying in and 2-foot him.
Dude, right if he did that when Roy Keane was still in the United side, I feel like Keane would have 2-footed him, same team.
Oh, yeah. No, Keane would have devastated that kid. He would have never played again for that team.
Pretty funny.
He would have shattered his legs.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a pretty cool move.
It was pretty sweet. I mean, it was fun. It's just funny as fuck to do that in the middle of the game. Like, how fucking ridiculous, dude. The ego.
Again, not to make it about Liverpool, should we talk about since the sale news just came out today?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it just happens to be Liverpool heavy news. It's not our fault.
Yeah. So... the official statement, again, is that they're... Oh, man, I don't have a quote here. Let's see. Oh yeah, would consider new shareholders.
Yeah.
Which to me, if that's the reality, is no news at all, because they've actually made little inquests for investors, third-party investors before. That wouldn't be the first time they've done that.
Okay.
And there's already speculation that this is actually just like kind of a polite way of inviting full bids.
Just putting some feelers out.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's true, if it's just kind of a non-inflammatory way to open negotiations with bidders. It sounds like most Liverpool fans will be happy about this. I would obviously be devastated. I think FSG have been incredible owners. Short of having bottomless pockets of an oil state, what do you want? They've delivered so much. They've relentlessly pursued Klopp for years before we got him. When he was available, they made sure we got him. They built him his dream squad. They gave us They gave us 3 Champions League finals?
Yep.
A league title, like what?
Yeah, you can't ask for anything more as a club. That's ridiculous.
You really can't. And still, like, they spent 80-something million on Darwin this summer. It's not like they're not spending.
No, I mean, and you guys still have a foundation of a really good side. Like, you did a couple more pieces to fit in. Like, things have fallen out a little bit, but
and the haters say things like, they were for the Super League and yada, yada. But in every instance in which they've made a mistake like that, they've listened to the fan base immediately and backpedaled. They did it once when they raised ticket prices. There was some fan outrage, and they immediately backpedaled. Same thing for the Super League. They were like, oh, you hate this? Okay, backpedal. Yeah. And that's all you can ask. Like, they're not always going to get it. But I don't know. Yeah. I think they've been pretty exemplary owners, and they don't chop up journalists.
I do think, exactly. I do think like English people have a far too idealistic view of how things should be in the Premier League. I think there's an old fan groups are still out there that think like it's still the way where the fans own the club basically, and they get to vote and say everything that happens at their local club, and it's just like that's not you want. At the same time, you want the Premier League to be the best league in the world. It's like it can't be both ways.
Right.
I wish they were a little stricter about who they allowed to own the clubs, but
yeah, that would be nice.
That's just not the reality more. And I think English, like the fan base is so idealistic with how things should be in the league.
And this, I can't speak to all fan bases, but I have to be like, I'm shocked and a little embarrassed at how quickly Liverpool fans have gotten so spoiled and entitled under the reign of FSG.
Yeah.
They don't remember that we were about to go into administration, facing like a docking of points and probable relegation under our previous ownership. We were sold for $300 million. Like, we were not worth shit.
Yeah.
And the club was an absolute mess prior to this ownership. The fact that they've restored us to power is like nothing short of a miracle, really.
Yeah, it's super impressive. I mean, you could have easily been like what Sunderland is now.
Yeah, that's the way we were going. Or a Leeds or something, where people like, oh, we're a club, we're a big club, but, kind of patting us on the head.
Yeah, you could have disappeared for who knows how many years down into the leagues.
Instead, we've got more trophies. We got an FA Cup. We've got literally every trophy that can be won in the English game.
Yeah.
Except the Europa League.
But I mean, you've won the biggest trophies. You've won it all in this last. Like, that's more than 99% of football fans can say.
And while doing that, they've also built a brand new, super modern academy and training facility. Yep. And they've expanded the main stand and are expanding the Anfield Road stand. We're going to have a capacity of 65,000 at Anfield next year. So, like, to argue that their ownership hasn't been a success, we're spending way too much time on this. I'm sorry, I'll edit it. But to argue that FSG's ownership hasn't been anything but like an unqualified success is insane. All right, that's
No,
the answer.
100%. Yeah, 100%. We pull up Premier League fixtures.
Yeah, run them down for me. I can't find them.
So, Man City and Brentford, Southampton, Liverpool, Bournemouth and Everton, West Ham, Leicester. Decent one. Tottenham, Leeds. Forest and Palace. One of the bigger ones is Newcastle, Chelsea.
Yes.
That'll be big.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Wolves, we've already said. Brighton, Villa. Yeah. That'll probably be a good match.
Yeah. There's some fun ones in there, huh?
Yeah. Fulham United.
Okay.
Yep. You'll have the managerless Southampton.
All right, that's fun.
That'll be always fun, always interesting. Newcastle, Chelsea will be fun. I bet Newcastle takes them to pieces.
I think I might actually visit Grand Rapids. Maybe I'll be there. Maybe we can watch some of these games.
Oh, you coming in this weekend?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Nice, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's my birthday weekend. Maggie's been bugging me about a visit, so I figured why not?
Yeah, come out, dude.
Yeah, what do you have going on this weekend?
Shit.
Not
I've
shit.
been hanging out with that girl, so maybe I'll hang out at some point this weekend. But
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, we don't have to do that.
No, but no plans. I have no plans in place. So.
Cool. Yeah.
I'll be around.
All right. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna pop on the old Amtrak.
Yeah. Get out here. Record. We can record one of these in person.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Do a rant about the Queen in person.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that. I'd be coming in late on Friday night. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like the same time, like 11:30.
Yes. Yeah, there's only one train.
Time is.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna buy that ticket then.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we kind of covered a bunch of stuff. Probably have to do some serious editing, but
I know I was gonna edit tonight. We'll see though. I got pretty high. That was a fat bowl.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah. See what you get done.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you this weekend.
Sweet.
All right. Later, man.
Later, man.
Bye.
Soccer situation. Soccer situation.